All over the world, there are animals that are in danger. Whether it be their environment that puts them in danger, or humans that come after them illegally. Or even just nature throwing everything they have at them. Humans often go and try to protect these animals. However, there are times that they don't know that there is trouble until the animal itself comes and asks for it. And it happens more than you think. Allow us to show you times animals ask humans for help. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. 5. The 2020 Outback Wildfires. To say that 2020 was a disaster of a year is an understatement in all the ways that matter. However, there are certain incidents that absolutely stunned people, and one of them is the Australian wildfires that broke out in the Outback. This ravaged untold acres of land, and all the wildlife that was there was put in serious jeopardy. And while many did come to help, the animals also sought help, and it was captured many times on video, including times when the animals went and clung onto nearby humans because they didn't want to go back near where the fires burned. While the fires were put out, the loss of life is likely not going to be calculable, and we all should be grateful that as many animals as possible were saved. 4. The hurt rhino. In September of 2014, Liam Burrow encountered an apparently orphaned rhinoceros in South Africa's Kruger National Park. He described the 8-week-old calf as badly dehydrated, covered in wounds, and clearly in desperate search of shade. He and his fellow travelers let the exhausted rhino lie in the shade of their caravan and gave her water. They waited with her while rangers brought her to Care for Wild Africa, a non-profit group that helps injured or orphaned wildlife. That must have been quite a sight because usually rhinos are something people need to stay away from. But in the moment, the rhino knew that the humans could help it, and the rhino was right. 3. The roped-up whale shark. Joe Sicaberas and his friends were fishing near Sydney, Australia, in March of 2003, when a whale shark swam up to their boat and waited. Curious, Joe jumped in the water and saw the desperate fish had a rope lashed tightly around its body. Amazingly, when Joe approached to cut the rope, the shark floated patiently for some 20 minutes while he straddled its back and removed the cord. The job done, the huge fish swam away peacefully. It honestly shouldn't be a surprise that the whale shark came to the humans, as whale sharks aren't just smart, they know that humans can be kind to them. Plus, it knew that it couldn't get the rope off itself, so it went to the only creatures that could help it. 2. The fox in the jar. One time, a young fox found itself with its head stuck in a glass jar. Unable to free itself, the animal tentatively walked up to some men, who happily obliged in removing the container. As the fox trots off into the forest afterwards, one of the Russian men asks, "Hey, where's our thank you?" But the small mammal does look back at the men, perhaps giving a nod of gratitude to the pair who saved its life. Ask and you shall receive. Or perhaps that was its way of stating you just got outfoxed. 1. Arrow to the elephant. A trio of elephants who've been targeted by poachers trudged across the Kenyan savannah last August with poison-tipped arrows buried deep in their sides. Their apparent goal? The David Sheldrick Wildlife Trust Center. The pachyderm's only link to the aid group was one of the elephants had mated with 2 elephants who'd been raised and released from the facility. A veterinarian and rescue workers rushed out to tranquilize the huge pachyderms and performed surgery to remove the darts and patch up their wounds. They've all come here when in need. The trust staff wrote on their blog about the rescue, understanding that they can be helped. That's a bond of trust right there, and one that should no doubt be appreciated, but expanded upon in our world. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at the times when animals ask humans for help in ways that they didn't expect? Are you shocked by some of the situations in which animals had to come to humans for aid? Which of these stories tugged at your heartstrings and are glad that these people were able to help the animals? Do you know of another time that animals came to humans for help? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.